Michael was rushing to pick Lily up from school when his beat-up sedan shuddered to a halt. A flat tire. The rain was relentless, puddles gathering at his feet as he stood on the roadside, wondering where he could scrape together the money for repairs. That's when a stranger appeared, a cheerful middle-aged man in a business suit, drenched from the rain, offering to lend a hand. As they worked together to change the tire, the man asked Michael what he did for a living. Embarrassed, Michael told him the truth. "I'm a janitor now, but I used to play guitar, back when I thought dreams could pay the rent," he said with a nervous laugh. Something about that confession tugged at the stranger's heart, so he did something unexpected. He gave Michael his card, a private jet company logo embossed in gold on the front, and said, "Call me when you're ready to dream again." Michael scoffed. Dreaming didn't pay bills. But that night, staring at the business card under the dim yellow glow of his bedside lamp, he remembered who he used to be. The kid who stayed up all night teaching himself chords, who mesmerized his college friends with impromptu gigs, who believed anything was possible. Lily crept into his room just then, clutching her stuffed bunny. "Dad, you promised you'd play your guitar for me tonight," she reminded him with a sleepy smile. Dusting off his old guitar, Michael played her a lullaby, and for the first time in years, he felt alive. The next day, Michael made the call. The man introduced himself as Eric, a pilot and philanthropist who helped people discover their second act in life. A week later, Eric's challenge arrived. A flight ticket to Colorado and an email subject line that read, "Start climbing." Confused but intrigued, Michael packed up his one pair of sturdy boots and an old backpack. When he arrived at the base of Mount Crestone, Eric greeted him with a team of climbers. But Michael had doubts. He had never climbed anything taller than a stepladder. He wanted to quit before he began, but Eric's simple words cut through his fear. "If you don't climb, you'll never see the view." The first few steps on the trail were manageable, but as the path turned rocky, his body groaned in protest. Blisters formed, his legs screamed, and a bitter cold crept into his lungs. Several times he wanted to turn back, but the climbers around him kept encouraging him forward. On one grueling day, when the altitude sickness hit hard, Michael almost gave up entirely. But then he thought of Lily. He imagined her eyes lighting up when he told her he made it. He imagined what kind of lesson it would teach her. That giving up was an option, that failure was final. A burst of fire ignited in his chest, and he pushed through. 9 days after starting, Michael stood on the summit. Tears froze on his cheeks as he stared at the endless horizon, each breath shaky but triumphant. The world was vast and infinite, but in that moment, so was he. The climb wasn't just about the mountain. It was about reclaiming his belief in himself. It was about courage, grit, and the realization that the man who had once dreamed of stages was never gone. He had merely been waiting for the right spark, and Eric had been that spark. When Michael returned home, things started to shift. The mountaintop gave him clarity. He began playing small gigs in local coffee shops during his downtime. He created a YouTube channel and shared his music, dedicating every song to Lily. Slowly, the traction built, and so did his confidence. It wasn't instant fame. It didn't need to be. But it was enough to inspire his daughter, inspire himself, and remind the world that it's never too late to dream boldly.